First thing I want to ask you, we sitting here with the CEO of Reach Energy. I want to ask you, how did you come up with the term Reach? Why?
We started out, we started a construction company called Reach Construction Group, and the whole idea was initially to start with affordable housing, to reach out to underprivileged communities, single mothers, people that couldn't afford homes, and kind of started out in residential for a little while. Moved from residential into commercial. Housing market was kind of down, so we decided to stay with the same concept but move into a different industry, which now we moved into renewable energy, which was Reach Energy Group. That's where the whole concept of Reach Energy came from.
Why did you feel there was a necessity, a need for solar power in the, I won't say urban community, because everybody needs power, but why did you feel that it was necessary to attack blighted communities first?
Well, I mean, it's when I first discovered solar, and I was asked to build the first project, and if we think about it in size, we'd just say like a 100-acre project.
Okay.
So we could have served potentially 1,000 homes with that particular farm, and so from that, I kind of took that knowledge in, and I learned everything I could about solar from that point on. And I said, why aren't we doing something positive with this power other than making money from it? And I learned that the utility was benefiting from it, the investor was benefiting from it, but the community was not benefiting from it. So I said I was going to learn everything I could about solar farms, about renewable energy, and that's what brought me to doing everything now.
In totality, if a person was underprivileged and couldn't afford power, ultimately Reach Energy plans to provide for people who can't power their homes.
Absolutely. Well, the initiative is to hopefully bring awareness, number one, that we can provide solar, which is called community solar. We can go to underprivileged communities, housing projects. We can go out and help mothers, single parent households that can't afford a utility bill, along with every other expense they have. And what we can do is pull it together, whether you're a celebrity, whether you're a politician, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're just an everyday person that wants to help out somebody. It's an opportunity to go in and provide solar power, which they call rooftop,
right,
to households or communities that are underprivileged, and eliminate their power bill.
Why did you feel that there was necessity to deliver this message of solar power through the hip-hop and urban community?
Well, I think it's important, number one, because typically when you think of hip-hop, it's generational, cultural, and a lot of people identify hip-hop with, you got rap music, you got thugs, you got tattoos, you got sagging pants, you don't see many artists in general, if we think about hip-hop, doing something like this in technology. Akon. I learned about Akon's movement 3 years ago, and his movement, Akon Lighting Africa. There should be multiple Akons.
Right.
There should be an Akon in every city in the hip-hop community, reaching out to our people, doing the same thing.
So the service that Akon provided in Africa, you bringing that to the United States?
Yes, we're doing that now. We're building that same product here in the United States, because there's communities here, maybe not without power, but I think the concept is the same. In Africa, there's a huge need. I understand Akon's movement in Africa because that's where he's from. That's his country, and it's a need there. But it's a need here in the United States as well.
As of today, share with me some success stories, some projects that were completed by Reach that's functioning right now.
Well, to date, Reach has probably built over 40 plus solar farms, ranging from, let's look at acreage and size of acreage, it's from 50 acres up to projects that are now under contract over 5,000 acres. And what that equates to is we can power over 5,000, 50,000 homes.
If you don't mind me asking, is the company in the red? Are you building, or is Reach, is it a success story at this point? Are you going in the right direction? Is it working out for you?
Absolutely. Reach is a success story. Reach started with zero investment. I started the company with pretty much a $200 bank account, and my first bid on a contract was $200,000. I was awarded it, and through prayer and a lot of hard work, we are where we are today. So the balance sheet has increased. We've worked hard to give back, and now I had to realize that now the purpose is even greater. And so we're trying to bring in others, that want to get involved, people that have a voice. We want to use this platform right now. We're not asking for other people's money. We need your support. It's all power in that could be competitive, that we could build just as good as anybody else, but we can build it cheaper.
No doubt. There's an apprenticeship that comes with people who accept Reach Energy into their community. Could you give me a little bit of insight on how you train some of these people who don't have the skills to build some of these solar panels in their own communities?
Yeah, I mean, there are a number of scopes, but with solar farms, it's a lot different than building like a commercial building where you got multiple trades. So in solar, you've got three aspects of construction. One is called civil, where we're basically clearing the trees, grading, erosion control. Then you go into what they call mechanical, training a lot of guys on how to build racks and how to set solar panels on the racks. Pretty simple work, but for someone that's not working, we can go out and get a general laborer and teach him how to, provide, put his knowledge to work. And even if he doesn't understand solar, we can teach him along the way what he's building and kind of what it applies to. So from mechanical, we have electrical. In the electrical division, we typically have to have an electrician, licensed electrician, but you also have to have the majority of your workforce is going to be laborers. And so we're bringing in guys, whether you graduated from high school, whether you didn't, if you can work, we can teach you how to work.
Give me a little bit of your background. I mean, conventionally, a regular Joe walking down the street, he's not going to decide to just build some solar panels. So give me some little insight on your education.
I graduated from high school. A buddy of mine said, let's join the United States Marine Corps. So joined the Marine Corps right out of school. Just kind of followed my father's footsteps, 21 years in the Army, my brother 11 years in the Army. I went to the Marine Corps for 4 years. After that, I got out, went to community college, got an associate's degree in electrical engineering technology. From that, kind of got the passion to become an entrepreneur, and I opened my first internet service when I was 24. And so through my journey of IT, being in the IT world, I learned a little bit about construction through meeting residential builders and developers, guys working in utility. And from that point on, I had a desire to go out and get my general contractor's license from what I learned from these gentlemen.
Define for me community solar and tell me what it means to you.
Community solar is huge. It's something that's just kind of breaking through right now, but I think it's something that's definitely needed in the United States and really everywhere. Community solar is where we can go in and develop an entire community, whether it's a green field, considering no houses, we master plan it out from the beginning, so we know how many houses we're going to put in there, we know where our solar farm is going in, or we go into an existing community that has the green space to put a solar farm on it, enough power to carry all the load that particular community needs in regards to power. And what that allows us to do is whoever owns that power or owns that particular solar farm, they can offset the homeowner's light bill or power bill, should you say, and pretty much eliminate the power bill. I mean, it's happening right now in a community in Florida called Babcock Ranch. It's 19,400 residents, and it's a whole town. It's a community solar town. That's something we want to implement. We want to implement it on a smaller scale. We want to implement it in communities where it's underprivileged, primarily starting with housing projects.
After everything that this man does for the community to try to save your black children, and you don't give him the benefit of the doubt.